Start streaming. All right, let's do this.
Yay!
And we're live.
Greetings.
Hello.
Man, I'm actually really glad this anime won now.
Of course you are. It's your pick.
The unconquerable scrub.
I don't think that's the reason why, but you know what? I'll take that too.
I've got a really good
Maybe
one this time.
maybe
I
I
think I'll give you a run
should.
for your money.
Oh, okay.
Dudes, we have a concurrent viewer.
Amazing.
I love that so much.
I love concurrent viewer.
Hi, concurrent viewer. 7 of them, dude. Let's put a call out on Twitter. Maybe we'll get someone new. You know what?
Actually,
I don't think Birdie the Mighty Decode is the anime club that I want to advertise.
Why?
You know, the reasons of what Birdie's design looks like?
Oh, yeah, well, Well, I mean,
Gotta
maybe you can
love
just put the
that-
poster the model page uses. That's not as obvious because her chest is not in
I
focus.
can't believe that one of the
Give
first
her-
things we hear in this anime is that his gun will go straight through your body armor. What body armor?
You should quickly Photoshop a Christmas sweater onto her.
No, we're fine. This anime channel has never shied away from the fact that people have physical forms.
How could it?
The audio balancing between us is so bad. I wish I could do something to fix that. Can I?
What do you mean audio balancing?
I don't know. It sounds fine to me. I guess I can't hear myself.
Yeah, it's our depth or our volume. Let me check.
I mean, I feel like I should be able to do something to change it. But I don't know what I should do.
Brian, can you talk for a bit?
Huh? I'm talking.
Me?
I forgot to pop out this chat, which is why things have been a little bit difficult on my end.
Yeah, okay. It's just your volume that's really low. The rest of us seem fine.
Well, I was also talking kind of quietly, mumbling a little. Anyway, there's probably not much I can do about my volume. Give me a second. Let me see.
Well, you could also make our volume smaller.
Nah, I just turned my knob up on my mixer. How's that
Fair
sound?
enough.
Okay, cool. Glad to hear it. Oh, wait. I know what's going on. There we go. I had my mic turned off on Discord. Incredible. Or my mic turned off on OBS. That's probably why the people in chat couldn't hear me so much.
Great start. Great start. Anyway.
It's totally fine.
Now to start. I guess we can give our thoughts?
Yeah, and that was a great stream.
You have no
I was surprisingly pleased with this anime.
I was also surprisingly pleased with this anime. It's what's the best? No, the best word to describe this anime is jank.
You're right. It's pretty jank.
It's pretty jank. It looks pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's
but like
pictures.
if you it's moving pictures all right, but like if you look anything beneath the surface of moving pictures, it's jank.
Yep,
But a lovable kind of jank.
I think I can kind of agree with that. I was kind of surprised as well by the quality. because at the beginning I thought it was kind of boring. And I was just thinking, oh god, if I wasn't watching this for the club, I would have dropped this like episode 1 or 2.
Yeah, of course. I don't think any
But
of us would have
Same.
actually finished this if we didn't have to.
yeah, but I think as it went on, it became kind of more interesting.
See,
And
I disagree. I thought that the beginning was the most interesting part.
It
really,
feel I'm not sure if we're streaming, and sorry for jumping in. For me, I'm back at episode 7. I kind of remember where this went since I remember watching it in the background at some point. And watching it actually like this, it has a lot of good ideas, but it doesn't feel focused is my main thing with it. Like it keeps jumping
I
around.
also sort of got that vibe.
Like season first 2 episodes focus on the kid and them getting used to each other. Like 3 through 5 is like what's her backstory and some stuff that has to do off planet. 6, 7, 8 have to do with the robot, and then that finishes it off with like the slight undercut of what's going on. Big big thing throughout all of it.
Oh, thank you, Gray.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
I am getting tired of blocking bots on Twitter.
I'm sorry. Well, you can block bots on X now.
Great
So
manga arc. Thank you for the $2.
yeah,
Ooh, $2.
yeah, thank you. Not to hijack this conversation, but I just opened up the Wikipedia article, and I want you all to take a look at the cover of the first volume of the manga. I cannot post this on YouTube, but we were just talking about this a little bit.
wait, of the old manga or the reboot?
This is the old manga, it seems.
Damn, I can't believe they actually gave her muscles.
Imagine.
Someone share that in the Discord. I'm able to look at it right now.
I already put that in the Discord.
Yay!
Oh,
This was the original
he's
one.
flexing, but
That's muscles?
These aren't very big muscles.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. She's a superpowered alien. Who cares?
Like
I
they
wonder
never
if
go
they
over that
still
either.
have the line about the body armor, though.
They talk about it at least in the English.
Well, this is the original manga, not the reboot. We watched the reboot.
Oh
We watched the-
yeah.
I don't know if
didn't
there's a
watch the
manga
OST.
reboot.
Yeah, we watched Birdie the Mighty Decode, yeah?
Yeah, there is not a manga reboot. There is an original OVA of the manga, which was 4 episodes long. And
Yeah?
then A1 Pictures made Birdie the Mighty Decode, which is just another adaptation of the manga.
No,
I was actually kind of
there's two
shocked to
different
see that this
mangas.
was A1. But it was A1 back in 2008, so it was pre-Sword Art.
Yeah, so they were feeling pretty 2000 and late at the time.
No, I mean, look, I can link it because I am fairly certain that there are 2 different mangas. Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
the mal page for Decode leads to the Birdie the Mighty manga, which has 20 volumes and ran from 2002 to 2008. And then it says
Okay.
an
that
alternative
is
version
different.
is the old one from like the 80s. Yeah, from 85 to 88.
All right.
Well then, shall we explain the main premise and dive into this manga?
Okay.
This anime?
So
I feel
Birdie the Mighty Decode is the story, as I'm sure you're all aware because you did your homework for Anime Club, people in the chat.
Yes.
Birdie the Mighty Decode is the story of an intergalactic police officer who comes to Earth in search of terrorists and shoots an innocent child and actually gets punished for it. She even had her
Wait.
body cam off.
There are 2 wolves inside of you. One of them is a bitch. A cab.
No, so, what the fuck is her name? Birdie Cephon Altera is an officer with the Intergalactic Police. She's chasing terrorists to Earth. She finds them, gets into a fight with an alien terrorist, and in the middle of it, accidentally uses her mega super laser weapon to kill an Earth child.
I thought she punched him so hard that he blew up.
I saw
Laser
a laser
punch.
weapon. Was it a punch?
Laser punch.
I was
It's a
playing
punch
Minecraft while I watched
It's a laser
this.
punch.
So she laser punched an Earth child to death.
Oh, well, if she only did that in Minecraft, then it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you punch
So
something in
far-
Minecraft, then the top half can still be like floating there. You don't actually need the bottom.
So far, I've only rewatched up to episode 7, so 8 through 12, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So she punches
Other
an
than
Earth
I-
child to death, and then, in order to rectify her mistake, she keeps the Earth child's consciousness inside her body, while his Earth body can be repaired. So he is tagging along.
Giggity-goo.
He's tagging along for all of her intergalactic police escapades while they track down these alien terrorists. So it's kind of a weird body swap superhero story.
You know, I wonder why I would love a premise so much about having, like, being, like, a guy, but having, like, a girl's soul inside of you. I could never imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's the
wonder why.
opposite here. It's a girl who has the guy's soul inside of her, which means it's
That's
completely
Yeah, that's true.
unrelatable.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Trans rights.
Scrub, you
I
can't
want to
just
kind
say
of
that.
immediately.
How long's the silence gonna go?
I don't know.
I don't have much to say on that.
Should I just say my
Unfortunately.
comment? I just want to say I feel like the series didn't really use this premise that much.
Sure.
Like the fact that they're sharing the same body, it comes up at least for the school segments, but as far as the actually, plot important stuff goes, it almost feels kind of irrelevant.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they just kind of like eventually after the first few episodes toss away the whole just like superhero trope of like, yeah, sorry I couldn't go to the prom with you. I had to kill bad guys,
Mhm.
but you can't know that.
The most impactful thing that happened with the body swapping was when Hayamiya, God bless her soul, saw Birdie in the bath naked.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't Birdie, it was Tetsuo or whatever the hell his name is. Tsubona.
I do want to say one thing. I don't know why, but he reminds me of like some of the guy designs from like Your Name and like all the series that guy did.
He's generic anime man.
Yeah,
Uh,
basically.
oh, you mean he's like a Shinkai character?
No, just like his design is basically generic anime.
Yeah, he's
He had
he's
more of a
generic
distinct
anime
design
man.
when he
He's just a high school guy with a white shirt and black hair.
Yep.
He had more of a unique design when he had glasses. Is the funny part.
I forgot he had glasses. Yeah, Tsutomu is his name. Tsutomu Sankawa.
Yeah. He needs them when he's not using Birdie's eyes, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You'd think they would fix him for him when they fix his body.
I mean, they're just repairing his body, and I assume that would include any optical defects in the eye.
Probably, but that's kind of rude.
Well,
Eh.
I mean, they have advanced alien technology. Have they figured out how to fix eyes?
I'm
Actually,
surprised they
that
know
makes
how to
me
fix
wonder.
humans at all. Like, they went out
Well,
of their way at the beginning to say that this is a backwater planet with a shitty civilization that hasn't advanced yet.
Well, they do also call out future in the thing that like whatever Birdie's race is similar to human, except for some reason they also have super strength, which they
Mhm.
never explain.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, but
Well,
I guess
obviously
that
they
might-
live on a planet with 10 times gravity.
We'll come for you, Kakarot.
Hmm.
All right, shall we get into this episode by episode? I know that we've only been
Yes,
chatting for
let's.
15 minutes here.
I mean,
Um,
for anyone I guess who just didn't watch, the
Mm.
main premise of Birdie the Mighty Decode is, well, I mean, yeah, we explained it.
Mhm.
Alien cop gets punished for being a bad cop, and now she has to be buddy cop.
It is a buddy cop show.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
That is true.
I just want to comment on the OP NED before we begin with the episodes.
Was just about
First
to.
off, for the OP, I don't understand where Tsutomu is running, because that's consistent like thing throughout the OP that he keeps running along this road somewhere, Then at one point he just stops and looks to the sky. And I feel like that's supposed to be representing something, but I don't really get it.
That's where
But-
aliens are.
Yeah.
That's where the aliens
We-
live.
We do
Well, in
know
the
that
sky,
it's
sure.
impossible for Birdie to be like a cop because she does have a gay best friend named Tutu.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Who didn't
or
last
Toto.
very long.
Tuto. Whatever
Mhm.
his name is.
John Michael Tatum.
He didn't last very long. He was a good character too.
Yeah, that's a shame.
He's
but
a good character that really should not have died. He had way more potential than they gave him.
well, that's the best kind of
And
character
then they
to
never-
kill.
And then they never. Oh yeah, that is true. It usually makes you miss them more, but also like.
I mean, I think the problem is, well, we'll get into it when we get there.
Yeah, fair enough.
You think they could leave those gays unburied? In this show about cops?
You know what? Fuck you. Buries your gays.
Birdie the Mighty Decode episode synopsis. Yeah, about the OP and the ED. They're both bangers. The songs, love them.
I didn't really care much for the opening, but the ending I love so much for dumb reasons.
It's crazy.
I'm
Like-
one of those people that if I don't get into it, I just generally don't care.
Yeah, Tenek brought up the Sungwon Vine about tonal shifts between the OP and the actual content of the show. And yeah, I definitely got that vibe later. What were you gonna say, Scrub?
Oh, we'll get there when we get there. Let's go to the episode synopsis.
Sure.
I'm deaf.
But just Tsutomu's little skips in the ending. It's so cute.
But I feel like the ending is kind of too upbeat. Like it doesn't really
Absolutely.
doesn't fit the themes.
No, it's
Especially
just
listen
really
to-
funny because at the end of an episode, it's like, we're going to use this weapon of mass destruction to wipe out all unworthy people on the entire planet. Da ba ba da ba ba da ba da 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 da.
We
Exactly.
watch terrorists attack. People are dead. Let's go have a good time. Everybody happy.
Let's go have a good time. Incredible. Perfect direction.
Yes.
Episode
No
1.
notes.
Entitled 1+1. While pursuing
That's
alien
two.
criminals named Basilius and Giga, Birdie, Cephon, Altera, and Tudo infiltrate Earth under the cover of a rising Japanese idol and her manager. During one night on a routine mission to apprehend the said criminal, a civilian named Tsutomu Senkawa is used as a human shield. When Birdie realizes that she has accidentally fatally wounded him, she decides that the only way to save his life is to share a body with him in order to keep his consciousness alive. Tsutomu thought it was all a dream until he found that he was unable to control his body one night after he was supposedly dead. So, Hayamiya.
Hayamiya.
Hayamiya. I
Oh,
love this character so much.
I
high school-
feel like she was like, I was very concerned when I saw the opening had a bunch of characters that were like a bunch of classmates, and I was going to be
Mm.
like, oh, good. I can't wait for none
For
of
the
these
harem to
characters
start.
to matter
Yeah.
going forward.
Well-
And I mean, I was mostly right. You could really just do a bit of retooling and cut out all of these characters, all of his classmates, besides one.
Yeah.
But I would also say don't cut Hayamiya. I like Hayamiya.
Yeah, I mean, I
Uh,
guess she's kind of important for Tsutomu, but that's about it. Like, even the journalist stuff doesn't really end up being that important.
Oh yeah, probably cut that. But you say she's kind of important for Tsutomu, like that's half of the people.
No, yeah.
If you say
it's
cut
just-
Hayamiya, then you have to also cut Tudo. Hayamiya is
That's fair.
Tsutomu's Tudo.
I mean, that's
That's
fine.
fair, that's fair.
I don't think it's a. I mean, I never said Turo should be cut either. I have to say I'm a bit confused. Maybe.
I'm just saying if you say that Hayamiya should not be in the show, then you have to also say that Tuto should not be
No,
in the
I'm
show.
saying she
Oh, no,
should
no.
be in the
Yeah.
show, but the rest of the classmates besides
Mhm.
the important one should be cut.
Well, there are two important ones. There's Hayamiya and Ryunka.
Yeah.
Sayaka?
Sayaka.
Yeah.
Nagasuki.
Nagasuki, that's what they call her.
But we'll get into it when we get into it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like Hayamiya. I wish she got to do more. I wish the journalism plotline went somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's the same problem in Your Lie in April with Tsubomi, where this childhood friend character just kind of sits adjacent to the plot and emotionally reacts to things, and that usually doesn't work out very well. I actually thought it was relatively well done in this, which is surprising. Mostly it's because I could really feel this friendship. Most of the time when there's a childhood friend character like this, we know that they're childhood friends because somebody says, "Oh, that's your childhood friend, huh? She's real cute." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But in this one, it's like, yeah, the way they interact with each other, it's just, yeah, these are obviously people who have known each other since they were babies.
Yeah.
The characterization was really good. The acting, like the body language between them, was fantastic. And I love the voice acting in English. Did anyone watch the sub?
I watched the sub.
Okay.
Not me.
All right. Well, I watched the dub, and the voice acting was really good on her part. But yeah, just the things that they said to each other and the way they acted around each other, I really bought that this was a lifelong friendship. And also, there was no secret romance plot, no one-sided crush, which I appreciated so much.
I thought, like, in some of the early episodes, I felt like they were going to take that direction, but as they went on, thankfully, it made it clear that it's not going to happen, and that Nagasuki is instead, like, the love interest.
Yep. So, I feel like this show has a lot of really good bones, and a lot of really good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, it has too many ideas.
Yes, so many bones, lovely bones,
So
more
many
than 300 bones.
It has too many bones. It needs to be a little bit more focused, but the things that it does choose to focus on tend to be pretty alright. Like, I think this show is a solid 6.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I want to give it a 7 just because, like, I'm so charmed by it, but I that 7's really too good for it, but, like, goddamn, it's fun. Fuck.
Yeah. Well,
I can't be mean to this show. Even though I really should be.
I am always a fan of any show that opens up with the protagonist murdering a child.
Why?
The
reasons.
The abandoned building exploration motif just fits so well into everything else and is so believable.
Yeah, I think that's such a just charming, just like character trait. Is just like, yeah, my hobby is fucking up with the law and exploring abandoned trespassing. We love law breaking in this house.
Yeah.
Don't take that out of context.
Well, I'm not in your house.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft, yes. We love breaking the law in Minecraft.
Okay. Is there anything else in episode 1 that we really want to talk about?
Let's talk about the main character's character design.
No, let's not.
It's juvenile.
I want to bring it up. Fuck you.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, come on, we can only tap around it.
There's really only one thing I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad that I want to enjoy some of the drama in this show, and then it's like, yeah, this is pretty decent. I'm having a good time, and then I remember that Birdie's in this anime, and I have to stare at her fucking ass while people are sad, and now I'm not sad. Now I'm grumpy. Because I can't take fun shows seriously anymore.
I think I surprisingly got kind of used to it, but in the last episode, I was kind of surprised when, like, maybe not surprised, but taken aback when like they're having this dramatic fight scene, and then you can just see her crotch.
You got to put the fan service somewhere.
Yeah.
I think I just blocked it out. Literally blocked it out. I was playing Minecraft while I watched this. So I just solved it by not looking at the screen.
I made a mental note to myself to not get used to it, just so I could see how bad it gets.
That's a
and
very
I know
good
that
idea.
probably made the show worse, but it had to be done.
Aside from the obvious problems, I think Birdie's character design is very good. It stands out in a crowd. This makes me sound like someone who wants to sound like they know what they're talking about, but she has a very identifiable silhouette.
No, she kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
She do.
Compared to everyone else in the show?
I will say this, actually, in episode 1, like, I could definitely see people being like, oh, the animation in the show is so good, and then I look at it and it's like, the combat has no weight to it.
Sure.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
This is something that'll get fixed later on in the show, but early on, just the movement of characters is so bad because they keep adding frames where they don't need frames. Nothing feels weighty or snappy in the first few episodes.
Sure. As someone who doesn't know what he's talking about, I thought the animation was pretty good.
As you were playing Minecraft.
Yeah, no, when I looked over at the screen, I was like, hey, that's very visually appealing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not like I was sitting back with my animation degree dissecting all of the frames and the smears.
I mean, I have an animation degree and I wasn't doing that either.
Mm-hmm.
It's more just like, I mean, like I said, it gets fixed later on in the show. They actually make it so that the fight scenes feel a lot nicer, a lot more weight to them. But early on, when I see Birdie just like fly up somewhere or get punched, it just there's no anticipation for anything.
Sure. But the actual visual presentation of at least the big impacts.
Oh yeah.
Very good.
Like, it's,
let's go
when
to
someone
the
shoots
biggest,
a laser beam, that's pretty good.
The biggest impact when she does her laser punch into the human child. Incredibly well presented.
When Birdie commits
collateral damage. There is no committing. There was no crime.
Yeah, cops don't commit crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's just one of those stop moments that demands all of your attention. 'Cause, like, I don't know, I was half watching this, paying attention, not like with all of my brain, but with enough of my brain that I could come back to this in a few days and talk about it on Anime Club. And I was like, okay, he's got to meet S.H.I.E.L.D. She's going to find some way to... Oh, she killed him. She killed the child.
Oh, that's not normal.
Oh, my goodness. And it was one of those moments that just demands your entire brain. It drew the eye. It stopped everything. The sound direction, like, didn't all the sound stop, too?
Yeah.
Like, an excellent jaw drop moment right there. So the people making this know how to make good shit. It's A1 Pictures.
Yeah. It's A1 Pictures in 2008.
It's relatively early A1 Pictures. When did A1 Pictures start doing stuff? Let's find out. A1 founded 2005, so relatively early A1 Pictures.
Yeah.
For those of you in chat who don't know, these are the people who brought you the likes of Chivalry of a Failed Knight, 86, and Sword Art Online.
You're ready to get 86. Oh my god. It's Andrew. Forgot his name.
Love how you had to just talk fast over that last one.
What last one? Sword Art Online
Okay.
Alternative Gun Gale Online?
Yeah, that one.
No. So A1 Pictures has a history of redefining what anime looks like. You know how all anime from like 2010 to 2018 ish all looked exactly the same? That's their fault.
Because of SAO.
Because of Sword Art Online,
Yes.
mostly, yeah.
Most generic thing that blew off.
Mm. But when you design all your shows to look exactly the same, you get very good at making shows that look like that, and the A1 Pictures team is very good at making shows that look like that. Especially these days, you see the stuff that they put out. God, it's so pretty. It's not like Kyoto Animation, but they're very good at making things look good.
Episode 2.
Sure, why not? Episode 2, the partnered one. Birdie and Tsutomu try to cope with existing by sharing one body but leading two separate lives. Birdie's commanding officer Magius informs Tsutomu that his original body is being restored and it will be some time before he can live outside of Birdie's body. Basilius tries to eliminate Birdie by luring her to a movie shooting as cover. Keisuke Moroto tries to take photos of Basilius and Birdie, but falls unconscious when he is knocked out by debris. A wounded Basilius took over Giga's Earth body, as his first one was damaged from deterioration and from fighting Birdie. Basilisk. Okay, I see. I thought his name was Basilisk, but it wasn't. We didn't talk about Tudo, like, at all last episode. I don't know if I like Tudo.
Tudo's the robot squid partner and gay stereotype in human form. But
they built him. I say they built him up to be a good character, and then they just kind of destroyed him, which made it feel pointless, I guess.
Yep.
I feel like there was a clear point, which is that he's kind of like Birdie's caretaker, and after he's gone, she and Tsutomu actually have to kind of, I don't know, work it out together.
See, I would enjoy Tudo more if two things. One, if he wasn't just the gay guy stereotype when he's in his human disguise.
Mm-hmm.
And he really needed more interactions with other characters for me to care about him.
Yep.
As it stands, I do not care about Tuto. I want to care about Tuto. I think Tuto's a great character, or at least he would be, if he was given the proper development.
That's why I was saying, like, he had really good untapped potential. Like, if they gave him one more episode where, like, maybe he introduced the one kid with the one grandma who, for some reason, really doesn't feel like she needs to be in the series, but she's like in the first episode and the second one, and then I don't think she ever came back.
What do we think about the idea of giving Birdie a new partner after Tudo dies?
Like,
you mean
if
just
she
like
didn't have a different one?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that would kind of defeat the point of Tudo's death in the first place.
Not necessarily. I think you could give her a partner who just really doesn't mesh with her at all. Makes you appreciate Tudo more.
Again, it would kind of work if there wasn't for the fact that she's a third person sitting inside her body. Like, if you take out his storyline, most of his factors of the thing, you could maybe get a good, she's living a double life, Hannah Montana style, actor / cop looking for this thing.
Hannah Montana, how have we not talked about Hannah Montana yet?
You just want to get off talking about it.
I want to do what?
Get off talking about this show.
Sorry, not to derail the conversation about Tudo.
Sorry.
But we do need to go back to Shion.
Yeah. She's kind of irrelevant.
No, Shion is the best character. Shion Arida?
Oh my god. I really hate those ending
I love them. You're kidding me.
Shion Arida here.
Hey guys, it's Shion Arida, who's a real person. oh man, look what Birdie's doing. Oh, next episode she's gonna get attacked by terrorists. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Hey, Lego. No, I loved all of the previews where Birdie has to pretend to be Shion Arita. I just thought it was hilarious. It was a good bit. Fine, you don't have to like
it's
it.
very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure I understand it. So she came to Earth, and they've been there for a couple of months, but that was enough for her to become like a fairly well-known model in Japan. And not just that, but they also need the money in the first place instead of just, I don't know, using the money from being Federation officers and converting it into yen. That seems like it
Where
would be much
on
easier.
Earth is there an exchange between Federation currency and yen?
Well, look, their landlord is already an alien, so that implies that there are some aliens that are pretending to be humans that are just kind of living in society. And I imagine that would be kind of enough for there to be someone they could turn to get the money.
Holy shit, the reboot
Maybe
manga
not.
made her armor even more skimpy.
How? In the original manga, she is naked.
For reboot manga 1314. In the original, she had some like on her stomach armor. They got rid of that for that, and that's kind of what they're using for the
Sometimes
anime.
more means less.
I like her design in the OVA where her hair is like split down the middle.
Okay.
We're getting off track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of. But yeah, then I guess like once she can basically freeload off Tsutomu's house and his sister's house, she doesn't really need this. So Shion kind of just disappears as a character.
Yeah.
That's also kind of why I said like it might be more interesting if she didn't half share the body with the one guy. She was doing the anime lifestyle while working as an actress. But
I mean,
then it would make it harder for them to connect like
I
the
don't know.
main plot line.
I do think that there is a good show where an alien police officer has to pretend to be an idol. I think that is a good show. But I think that this show is worth doing. Like, I don't think that Birdie the Mighty Decode should have been replaced by the show where Birdie has to pretend to be an idol.
True.
yeah.
It just feels like the whole idol portion was a bit unnecessary.
I
But
think it's a
also-
funny bit. Like, it's
Yeah.
not a huge deal. It's just, yeah, I had to get an Earth job. I'm an idol.
Well, it does kind of play back into things like how episode 7, she's being chased by the one news guy,
Mm-hmm.
how it gets derailed by like the high school friends or the one kid's sister and stuff like that because like they all know who she is.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So it just
and
makes
like,
things working.
not that he's super relevant, but her being an idol is what brings Moroto into the show. He wouldn't have been following her taking pictures if she weren't already famous.
Yeah.
The journalist guy, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad he doesn't go anywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like,
That's
Yeah,
kinda
they
why I
could have
was-
done a
when we
lot more
saw-
with him. I like his character a lot.
I like his character a lot, and I especially love his character dynamic with
Hitomi?
Natsumi.
Yeah.
I think those two really should have had a stronger presence in the show, where they basically are just like the goof squad that
Mhm.
like try to get pictures of Spider-Man.
I love trying to get pictures of Spider-Man.
Like the main thing I was saying is like how it's everything that's not really focused. That's kind of like my meaning. Like there's too many characters all
Mhm.
going their own pathway, and then like all the high school friends really don't have any focus on anything.
The high school friends don't matter. The show doesn't try to make
Other
them
than
matter.
one.
They're just there for dressing.
Other than one of them.
Right. I do like the idea of Hayamiya and Moroto teaming up to be the comic relief. Because like I was saying last episode, one thing this show does very well is the childhood friend character who sits by the sidelines and emotionally reacts to things. And having her be like, very directly involved with the plot, but like in a tangential way, in a way that has nothing to do with her childhood friend, would be pretty good. Yes, Lego, we know all about happy science. We've all seen Jeff's videos. Please stop.
Yep. I think move on to episode 3 then. I
guess I just
any other discussion we can continue as they continue with the actual characters' plot lines.
You're right. I don't know. I wish I had an entire show about Hayamiya.
Yeah, I wish we had a show.
I wish we had a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead
journalists.
situation, where it's Hayamiya and Maroto just taking pictures of Spider-Man.
You are absolutely right.
Yep.
I love how bare bones the man wiki is.
Episode 3, View of Life. Basilisk tries to locate and eliminate Birdie while she, Tetsumo, and Toto argue over the constant separate lives that they are trying to hide from the public. Toto gets wounded by Basilisk before he gives Birdie an elemental destructor capsule bomb to kill Basilisk and eliminate the threat of him killing an Earthborn civilian in Japan. Birdie mourns Toto's death when he can't heal his wounds from Basilisk's attack. I didn't think that happened so early.
That's why I said it feels like it needed another episode. And what's weirder is like you see him dodge the attacks in the past, so it's a bit weird that he doesn't dodge that one.
Well, sometimes you just get hit.
I was also setting up a DBZ 4-star joke, but all right.
Sure. Of course I've seen that.
Yeah.
Should we talk about these minor antagonists at all? Giga?
I mean, I feel like we should. They're kind of
They're
important for
there
the
to
plot.
like have the plot move forward, where they
Mhm.
stole something called the Ryunka. We don't know what it is yet.
We don't even
and
know
then-
that it is the Ryunka yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there. It exists.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Deus Ex Machina I'm looking for.
That's not what a Deus
Diablos
Ex
Ex
Machina
Machina.
is, but
Diablo
Yeah.
Ex Machina. There we go.
I mean, it's not really that either. Well,
It's the MacGuffin is the term. It's just the
It's
MacGuffin.
just a
no,
machina.
MacGuffin is not the correct term. I'm so mad at people who ruined the concept. MacGuffin has no bearing on the plot. A MacGuffin can be anything. The Ryunka is a plot device.
A
It is a
literal
plot
device.
It is a plot device, but we don't get that information until like episode 4 or 5.
This has been your daily reminder to stop using MacGuffin on items that have plot relevance.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Basilisk's power. He eats people and turns into them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Slightly goes insane each time.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, but what's the other guy? The guy
Giga.
they fight in episode 1? Giga? Yeah. And he's the one that gets eaten by Basilisk.
Yes. And then Basilisk turns into Giga.
Yeah.
When does Gomez show up? I don't think Gomez is going to be in any of these descriptions of episodes, and I have to mention that one of the evil aliens is named Gomez,
I mean,
and that
I
doesn't
feel
feel
like
good.
I feel like that's a pure
you have
setup
to
for
mention
season
it?
2.
What about season 2?
Well, I felt like Gomez was just a setup for a season 2 because by the end they're just kind of like, yeah, Shyamalan is dumb and he's just a stupid Earthling. He doesn't know what to do. Blah blah. Kind of leaving it vague makes me feel.
He's
like-
there to go like, hey Birdie, I exist. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Vegeta you now, and then breaks your arm.
Yeah, back before I knew that Shyamalan was a human, I felt really bad that the two big bads in the show were named Shyamalan and Gomez.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because those are actual real-life human names from cultures that are not Japanese.
Right. So you think
We'll get to fucking Shyamalan over here.
It might have been a little bit ignorant.
What are you talking about? It's a great way to get back for the
Shyamaladimadon.
M. Night Shyamalan twists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, having extraterrestrial antagonists have foreign-sounding names, typically not a great move.
Yeah.
Right. But anyway, let me just mention one other thing before we completely forget about these alien antagonists.
Sure.
So, if I remember right, the Giga is supposed to be like an executive at a TV company or something,
Mm-hmm.
and he used that as a front to try and get the Ryunka so he can sell it to Shyamalan. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Sure.
about right.
Right. And then Basilisk was basically just a grunt.
Yeah.
That does sound right.
I do have to say this something. In the first episode, there's a scene where Bird jumps on this random guy's car, and I don't think it ever plays into the rest of the series ever again, other than she does it a second time in season 2, episode 2.
I think she does it at another point in season 1 as well.
Just crushing
If it is,
people's
it's
cars.
it's the same. It's like some random mob boss. It'd be funny if he
Yeah, it's
actually
the
worked
My
for the
Cabbages
company or
guy.
yeah.
He really is just my cabbages, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's a good bit.
It is good bit. Good bit. Yo, good bit.
Good bit.
Should have been used more.
Yeah,
It really
episode
should have.
4.
It was used twice and then stopped happening until the final episode.
I'm sure she's been introduced by now, but we haven't talked about Nakasugi.
She's...
Yeah, it was the end of this episode.
Yeah. So
When she was in that
there's
car accident.
There's a main problem with this show.
Yeah.
Nagasuki is so fucking boring.
Yeah.
And that's a problem considering she's the central romance.
I mean, as much as I hate the thought of Hayamiya being the love interest, she had so much more personality that it would have been more impactful.
She actually had a dynamic with
personality
the main character.
Like, I love how part of the thing that's supposed to tip you off that Nagasuki is the Ryunka is that her personality has changed so much. When, first off, she doesn't have a personality. And second off, we don't know this character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have actually...
Like, they really have to hammer the point in that, like, episode when they're over at her house, how different she is. Because there's no way, like, you would actually know.
Yeah, everybody in her household has to just tell us that she's different now.
Which could have easily
Man,
been
if
better.
only they showed us that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no way to show something like that to for a character, so we'll never know.
Yep. It is a shame that this is such a limitation of visual media. That you can't show characters changing over time.
Ah, it's the worst.
I just really wish you could characterize people in anime. That's the one thing that's stopping it from being proper art, I think.
Yeah.
I actually had this conversation with... I went to my alma mater the other day because Mariah had a work thing there. And I went to visit the professors in the language department, which is where I got my degree. And one of my old French professors said, hey, I was talking with one of the Japanese professors about your channel. You should go talk to her. She was very interested. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go talk to this stranger about cartoons for 30 minutes while I wait for my lunch appointment.
It's not cartoons, it's anime. Continue.
Banned. Get out.
Which means cartoons.
I know.
So I go into this professor's office and like, hello, my name's Bryant. My professor said you might want to talk to me. And she's like, yes, come in. And this is like, I don't know, a fucking 90-year-old Japanese lady whose English is not perfect, especially considering like how long she has been here teaching English-speaking students. Which I want to be clear is not an insult. It's fine. We communicated just fine. I just want to set the scene. And we're having this conversation like, yeah, I do analysis of anime, and she's sitting back there like, uh-huh. And would you say that anime is worth analyzing? Like, and I so badly wanted to snark back, just like, oh, anime's trash. It's garbage. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. But I'm like, yes, of course, what do you mean? It's like, well, it's not like a book, right? You just sit back and passively consume. Like,
It's not like a book.
it's whereas you have to actively read a book. Surely, if you want actual artistic merit, you would be reading literature. And I'm like, how the hell are you a professor? What is this elitist garbage?
This wasn't a hypothetical
No, she was
question to like
very
test
much
you.
saying like, no, like, read a book.
I mean, like,
Loser.
But all forms of art have their own like valid use.
Mhm. Like, I guess we could be generous and say she was trying to test me, but then that's just rude. Why test a stranger?
I mean,
This is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
she was like 40 when the first anime were being made in like the 70s. So I feel like that almost certainly has something to do with it.
Sure.
You didn't see Astro Boy. You don't know.
You didn't go to the world premiere of Astro Boy?
Are you saying me or the professor?
I
The
was speaking
professor.
as her talking to me. But anyway, I forget why I bring this up, but it was funny.
Yeah, I feel. Wait.
Yeah. So yeah, I was about to ask, did this story have a point?
Yeah, it was funny.
To Birdie.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
that's
because,
great.
Because
Moving on
Nagatsuki-
back to Birdie.
Yeah, I forget what one of you said to make me bring it up. I just thought that people would appreciate it. Anyway, moving back to the high art that is very worthy of analysis, that is Birdie the Mighty Decode. Episode 4?
Episode 4.
A Stranger from Earth. Birdie returns to her home planet Alteria to attend the trial of one of the smugglers that she had arrested. She and Tsutomu were questioned by a deity named... a deity named Nechla Geese regarding Ryuka.
He's nuts. Got him.
We are very mature.
Najula reveals to Tsutomu that Ryunka is used as a nuclear weapon, killing off the inhabitants of a planet named Belugama. While Birdie visits her hometown, a terrorist bombing destroys a convoy of vehicles. A deity! That has to be a translation thing. Scrub, you watched the sub. Did they call her a deity?
No, they called her a pontiff.
Pontiff. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, she was called a pontiff in the dub too. I don't know.
Yep. I don't know
Why?
where deity comes from.
She's a goddess in my heart.
Sure. I love the name Nechla. That's a very good, that's a very good, important sounding alien name. Geese, not so much.
I mean, they don't really mention her name a lot.
Yeah, I didn't
feel.
know that her name was Nechla Geese.
I cannot express to you just like when I saw her in combat attire, and I just audibly was just like, "Oh, so it's all of them, huh? They
Makes sense,
all
right?
they all dress in those bodysuits.
Well, of
In those-
course.
in those not a suit, not anything, just
You- Do you think that cops are allowed to express individuality in uniform?
Yeah.
I
mean,
want to
makes
see a
sense.
male one.
yeah.
I want to see a man wearing the exact same thing.
Oh wait, this is the episode where I get to bring up him.
Him?
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 Where we
The-
get to
the dinosaur
where I
guy?
like audibly gasped the moment this character popped up on screen. We got to see the fucking skeleton dinosaur. That
Yes.
is Birdie's mentor, and I visibly gasped. I audibly gasped, and I pointed at my screen, and I was like, "That's a Digimon!"
He does kind of look like a Digimon.
He's a good boy.
He's a Digimon.
Mm-hmm. Like, this
He's
is one of
also-
those characters where you sit back and you look at the screen, and Lego, you stepped on, you're getting put in timeout again. Please stop spamming. You sit back and you look at your screen and you think, I'm supposed to love this character. This is the kind of character that's supposed to be making me point at my screen and say that's a Digimon. But I'm not going to remember this character. Not next episode, certainly not when this is over.
Yeah,
Like,
they.
I have been reading books by a woman named R.F. Kuang, Rebecca Kuang, who is an incredible writer. I'm reading The Poppy War right now, which was her first book. And they've introduced 2 mentor characters. And every time they come on screen, I think, like, yep, I'm supposed to love these people. Because with mentor characters like that, it's like the media always goes out of its way to say, like, this person is cool, but they're also compassionate. And they're going to guide your life the way it needs to go, so that you will be safe and productive. And that's what you want, isn't it, millennial? Like,
Millennial.
that's the millennial dream, is you want somebody to tell you what to do in a way that isn't condescending, and preferably also be handsome. And, like, whenever I see a mentor character, I'm like, yeah, that's the dream, isn't it? So I see Skelesaur, and I think, yeah, I'm supposed to love this man. And it didn't hit this time. He strikes me as a cowboy. But, I don't know, he's charming.
Voiced by All Might.
It strikes you... What about All Might?
He's voiced by All Might in the English dub.
I hear it now, yeah. Like, that's one thing I brought up in the notes that apparently disappeared for Scrub, is that this show is, like, filled with A-list voice actors. I'm not sure who voiced Horimiya, or whatever her name was, but I knew her voice. Birdie, the Mighty, Decode, voice
Hayamiya?
cast, dub. Huh?
Hayamiya, you mean?
Yes, it was a joke to call her Horimiya.
Let me check if there's any well-known.
Chris Ayres, I know him. He voiced Basilisk. Where is Hayamiya here?
Let me see.
Oh, Cockroach Alien we haven't spoken about yet. Not me.
He's a
Jeremy
character.
Lee?
I'm waiting for you to bring up Big Mignona. If he was in the cast, I
He
honestly
wasn't
haven't-
in the
yeah.
cast. I didn't hear his voice. I heard someone who sounded a little bit like Todd Havercorn. She voiced Kataro from Kataro Lives Alone. Oh, and Asuna. That's it. I know her because she voiced Asuna.
Hayamiya.
Yes.
I also see that she voiced the main character of BNA.
Cool. Yeah, Chris Sabat, Tatum is in this. Oh, Vic Mignogna. There he is. He voiced...
There's the bastard.
Oh, he was the terrorist, Kinzel.
Oh, that makes sense. That checks out.
The Anubis
Hey,
guy
it
who
worked
tried
out
to
as a
take down
funny
the
one.
government.
Yeah. Hey, do we want to talk about how that's another plot line that
We haven't
that
gotten
doesn't
there
go
yet.
Anywhere?
That's like episode 3 and 4.
No, it'll start in the next one because it's after the bombing.
Yeah, yeah, literally there is a terrorist bombing in this anime, and then seconds later, as you steep in the fucking horror of it while a child lays dead,
Mm-hmm.
let's go have a good time. Just the
Yeah.
fucking happiest ending song just starts playing, and I love it.
Mm-hmm. Like, I know that there are ways for that to, like, increase the horror of the scene. There are shows that have those super upbeat endings that contrast with what you've just seen. This ain't it, Chief.
This really truly does feel like everyone was having a fun,
It
good
does.
time working on this anime, but it's so messy in the best way.
The ending of this episode 4, really sticks out to me. Because Birdie is just pointing to buildings in her hometown. She's like, and that's the candy shop that I used to go get candy from when I was a child. Poof. And it seems like somebody blew up a candy shop. It really feels like somebody
And I was just sitting
put a
here
bomb
just
in a
like,
candy
also,
store.
So that's why no one likes Altons, huh?
Like, they never explained that.
You don't
Hey,
have to. I
again,
mean, look at them.
Hey,
They
Chad,
don't
I
give
mean,
their
you can
women
play-
clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Hey,
could
Chad,
easily
would you
ma-
like to play the drinking game? It's called Take a Shot every time there's a plot line that doesn't go anywhere.
No, well, like, an easy way they can make it so they don't like Alton. They could make them another term for immigrant. You could make it so their home planet was the one that was, and these are all refugees who don't have a home anymore.
Whoa, hold on. Can't get political in Birdie the Mighty Decode.
Fair enough.
The show that's literally about hey, this cop's a bastard. She killed a child.
Well, but it's by accident, so
Is
it's okay.
Birdie the Mighty Decode propaganda from the year of our Lord 2005?
I mean, back then, everything that had a cop.
Back then, everything that had cop.
Yes.
The only good cop is fantasy cops.
Episode
Axe Cop.
5.
No, wait.
No?
I feel
Yeah,
like
let's
there's
get
something
political.
important
Going
about
to the next
episode
episode.
Yes.
I feel like there's something important about episode 4 I want to mention. And I guess that's another dropped plot point, but I think that the show the first time maybe here shows some glimpses of Birdie's like backstory. And we get the idea that it's supposed to be traumatic in some way, like she was bullied or something bad happened.
It really felt like I was watching a sequel anime and was not getting the context, and maybe I should watch the original to get the context.
Does the OVA even go over it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch
no,
the
the
OVA.
OVA is just a separate adaptation of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like the adaptation of the original run of the manga that just has one
It's like
volume.
the manga probably went over it, and they decided, I think we'll skip this.
You do understand that happens with some animes.
I mean, it's still, like, you can still follow it, so it's not like it's required.
Sure.
Yeah, I forgot that this happened. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, so
Anyway, we don't really need to talk about the rest of this plot line because it doesn't matter at all, besides introducing Gee's nuts.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
literally all this plot line's here to do. Introduce Geese.
All right. Episode 5.
I mean, it also
Better way-
introduces the Ryunka. We don't really know what
oh
it is
yeah,
until
the
then.
Ryunka.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, I
important.
guess that too.
Kind of.
I love that we get introduced to this weapon of mass destruction and told that Birdie was unknowingly hunting for it. And
Yeah,
that
okay, first of all, why did nobody tell? Why didn't, like, I get that it's a super weapon, but, like, nobody told her what she's looking for.
Mhm.
No one told her superiors what she was looking for, too.
Mhm.
It's like only the top brass knew what it was.
And then
sent-
literally it's just like, yeah, I used this trial to give you this information, this, like, public trial that's full of people, and I couldn't just tell it to you through a closed door with your superior officer. I had to just, like, display it in front of everyone so that my superiors who want to use this weapon will get mad at me.
It's classified information. She said so in the
so,
trial,
so I'm going
it's
to
fine.
blab about it at court.
No, you can say it in court. You just have to tell everyone, hey guys, this is super classified information. Don't tell anyone.
That's
That's how
okay.
That's
court
what she did
works.
do.
I'm the
That's
Pope.
that's how, okay.
I am the
sure.
Pope. Do not speak of this information. So I love how we are told that Birdie is looking for the Ryunka and that the Ryunka is super dangerous and that it was used to completely wipe out a planet called Belugama.
I didn't think that sounded silly until right now.
It doesn't sound
when you
silly
said
if
it.
it's in Japanese, and then you hear it, and then you speak it out, and then it's like, oh god, this is.
She
That's a
showed you
George
what
Lucas
happened at
planet.
the Beluga Massacre.
George Lucas planet name.
Didn't she, Berserker Killer Birdie?
I don't think it's that funny.
Balonka.
ExPoint, this is genocide. Stop laughing.
Yes.
Genocide
This
is
is serious.
funny.
If you can't laugh at the
Berserker
extremes,
Killer Birdie. It's like a tiny bird with a big axe.
Listen, if you don't think genocide's funny, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you're just sane.
nah,
Me,
we
I'm
just haven't
saying-
watched enough anime.
Beluga. I don't know. It's not the worst I've ever heard. It's just really funny.
In all honesty, even from like a world building standpoint, like that's the weirdest name I've ever heard.
It's fine. It's named after the whales who live there. The
Oh god, they
Beluga
killed the
whales.
whale. They killed the whale.
Did they actually say that?
No.
I don't remember
No.
any stuff about the.
He's making a joke.
Okay.
About
the
beluga
closest-
whales.
Oh, that totally went over my head.
Yeah, it's fine. Episode 5. Can we? Do I have permission?
Yeah, go for it.
I think you
Episode
can go.
Episode 5, Another World. Birdie fights with Kinzel Hauer as Netchla corners Bay Gelaboo Bala,
Jesus Christ.
to which he ultimately commits suicide for his pride or honor. Birdie is able to convince Nimuke Bo to detonate the falling satellite which was targeting the Union after knowing that many people will die from the attack. Kashu Giz turns out to be an undercover agent under Skeletso's direction. Sorry, my eyes are cloudy with tears.
So,
Birdie
let's go-
is
okay.
quite frustrated with the fact that Skeletso tolerated the deaths of many Altarians in the terrorist attack in order to get a lead on Kinzel.
Altarians? The Pokemon?
Yes, that's what it says.
You gotta love these people maintaining the Wikipedia page for something no one cares about.
Yeah, Toasty Mozart brings up a good point. Berserker Killer really is just like such a silly name that does not work in English.
Toasty, do you want to tell us what happens in the second season? How does Birdie get the name Berserker Killer? I would really like to know.
I'm not sure if I want to
I
know.
might go watch the second season, so no spoilers.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
never
what's
mind
the-
then, I guess.
Well, I mean, we can just look away, and then Bryant will get.
But
Yes.
real quick, going over episode 5, can I just like list off all the things that don't matter?
Sure.
Sure, go ahead.
So the terrorist plotline doesn't matter.
All of it, yeah.
The whole issues going between the Union and the Federation don't matter. Let's see what else. The
conspiracy.
the
start of war.
the con-
Well, I guess that's a
the
part of it.
conspiracy doesn't really matter. The recruit, the sleeper agent or whatever his name is doesn't matter.
yeah, I completely forgot about that.
The only thing that matters, the only thing of importance, is the scene where the dog girl has the remote detonator, and Birdie's just like, a lot of people are gonna die. Like 5? No, more. How
More
many
than
more?
5.
A lot. A lot is a large number.
'Cause I could be okay with 5.
I'd let my boyfriend kill 5 people. I'd be sad about it, I guess.
Like, even though I don't remember this, every time I looked at her, I was like thinking, she has to be an undercover agent too, because of how she acted around the boy and all that. And that would have been a cool plot too. Oh, turns out she's an undercover agent. No, she's just
No,
a moron.
she's not undercover. She's just stupid.
She's just stupid.
Why?
I just love how many people. A lot. Oh my gosh, a lot is a lot more than 5.
I swear she said thousands in the English dub.
That would make more sense, but it's in the sub. It's just a lot.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember the details. Just, man. I hated that character. She was so terrible. I'm glad
Dog?
she didn't matter. Dog woman.
Yeah.
What's
That
Dog
whole
Woman?
just like I said, really, it was just like all we needed was the trial scene, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this episode is completely unnecessary. I feel like it's made even more unnecessary by the fact that Birdie doesn't really need to be dealing with this. Don't they have like other Federation officers who can be there to deal with these problems? And she can go back to her mission.
Sure, but
on Earth.
Birdie's
You
there.
would think.
Birdie's the main character. She can be there.
So dumb.
Well, it's meant to be world building.
I mean, those things. Can
We
you tell
have
us?
the Doyleist reason. We're just missing the Watsonian one.
Wait, what's the Doyle?
I gotta study those
The
terms.
Doyleist reasoning is just the reasoning of why the author did it because
Well, yeah, I
it was
know.
cool.
I'm asking, what is that in this particular case?
Because
it's cool.
because Birdie was there. Birdie
Yeah,
has to do it because Birdie is the
Because
main character.
I thought of this terrorist plot line, so I'm gonna do it.
Because that's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, it would at least be interesting if it kind of thematically prefigured all the stuff with the Shyamalan and his genocide, but it doesn't. So
It kind of
that's
does.
lame. Okay, I mean, I
That's
guess
the
we'll talk about
Shyamalan
that
twist.
eventually.
Yeah, no, because I do forget exactly what Kensel's motivation was.
The terrorist
College.
motivation.
Yeah, he had a college degree,
Which
which makes him
That's very important.
overeducated for a terrorist, which was a hilarious line.
He really was like, he was really gassing up all other college graduates, huh?
got a college degree, man.
I guess, like, if you got a degree, you just gotta, like, shill for it. You just show how much cooler you are than everyone else.
Mm-hmm. I know I do.
I don't use mine that often.
Me either.
So
God, now
anyway-
I just want to, like, overlay the fucking Plankton voice line of "I went to college" on this dog.
Oh god, that would be a great either YouTube poop or like
That, like 3 people will understand, and there are 4 people in this call.
Yeah, but it'd be funny.
I mean it works when they did it with Cell.
Yeah, it could be a setup for season 2, Tenek. Good call.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're not doing season 2.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get a lot of those.
Well, I mean, I guess we could, right? Because
We could separately do season 2,
Yeah.
but we're not going to.
But that I know, because if we did, then everyone's gonna be asking for Megaloboxing season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that.
Then, then one month we should just like make all the options Megalobox season 2.
Except
No.
for one. And then
Which
I
will
will
be
that's the one that
personally
wins.
fix the
season
poll.
2.
All right. Episode 6.
Yeah.
Back to-
Sayaka Nakasugi invites her classmates to her mansion for her welcome back party. Birdie investigates the site where she had killed Tsutomu in order to locate a marionette of non-Earth origin. Sayaka's maid, Yoshie Suzuki, finds strange things have happened to her, which started to worry Sayaka's grandfather, Chairman Katsutoshi Nakasugi. Meanwhile, Sayaka disappears from the mansion after encountering a parrot, which is later recognized as an alien in disguise.
I do want to make one correction.
Yeah.
It wasn't the grandpa that was worried for some reason. It was the nanny. And
That's
she brought it up
That's
to
also
the grandpa.
what I remember.
I just
Yeah,
watched that episode.
our goat Yoshi,
Mm-hmm. Goat Yoshi,
best grandma, not a grandma, best nan.
the one who tells us that there is something wrong with Sayaka.
Yeah, the
Without
one.
showing it.
To be fair, at least she actually noticed something was wrong and not her fucking grandpa.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the nanny is the one who's going to interact with the child most often.
Yeah.
So they are the one who's going to notice. We've already talked about everything in this episode that matters.
Did we?
Yep.
We didn't talk
There really
about.
wasn't anything here besides just like the gang being like, that main character
We didn't talk about
always
what, Tenet?
not here.
I really like the part where they just eat baby cat meat and they're not just okay with it. Like Hayamiya is very happy.
I loved it. It
veal is a
tastes
thing.
good. I
don't care because it's yummy.
like.
That's what she actually says in the English dub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, veal is a little bit unethical, but it's a thing, and I hear it's delicious.
Oh my god.
I've had it. In all honesty, I'd rather have venison.
I do like that was one of the reasons. It's just like so what if she has a new opinion on what clothes she likes? She's eating veal. That's the evil meat.
Wait, Tenik, did you say cat?
Cat? Baby cat meat? Yeah.
Calf. Baby cow meat.
Huh.
Not
Wait, maybe I
cats.
totally missed it.
They were not eating cats.
I thought they
Oh
were
my
eating
God.
No,
They
very,
were
very
true.
Maybe that would
understandable.
make
That's
more
funny. But no, calf.
The
Okay.
true monsters were the cats who ate all
Can
along
you
the way.
imagine?
Can you imagine?
They were just feeding them kittens.
That's how you foreshadow antagonism, is you just have them eat
You
a
know,
cat on screen.
Sayaka's been acting a little different. She's just hunched over a cat with blood
She ate
all
the
over her
family
face.
cat.
Yeah.
We have fun here.
Yeah, I love this. No, veal is when you take a baby cow, and I don't know exactly how you treat it, but you do something to keep it from growing very much, like you keep it in very confined quarters in like a box.
What you do, if
Yeah,
I remember
you keep
correctly,
it so that it's from moving around.
Mhm.
you basically like they mass feed it too, so it's
Mhm.
kind of like what they do with oh god, what was that? It's that one where they basically overstuff the goose and then you eat the liver.
Sure.
That's
Foie
awful.
gras.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
The French foie gras that was banned due to how unethical it was.
Mhm. Which just
I could
means
go
fatty
over
liver,
to how
which is a
fucked up
disease that I have.
foie gras is, but that's
Mm.
for another time.
I'll live if you want, Michael. But yeah, you basically just take a little baby cow and you keep it in a box and don't let it move very much, and then the meat gets super tender and delicious, which is worth
Somehow
the
that's-
torture.
It's a worse version of oh god, what's that Japanese
The wagyu.
Wagyu beef? I've had good Wagyu beef, authentic Wagyu beef, and I've had veal. Wagyu beef is like 10 times better. There's an obvious reason why.
You can taste the kindness.
Basically, yes. You can taste the love.
Yeah, I would like my burger with no love, please.
Oh, it's that family.
I would
Guy
like my
thing.
burger with a side of evil sauce.
Extra cruelty. Episode 7.
Yeah. Wait, I just want to bring one more thing up
Sure.
about episode 6. So I remember there was a scene that's presented in a way like it's supposed to be important. I think it's like near the end where it's just Nagasuki and the main character at the pool, and for whatever reason the main character falls back and then she just jumps in
Jumps in
to
after him.
save him. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. Why?
She gets really close to him and like almost to the point where they're about to kiss, and he walks out. He does the classic, "Oh no, I'm not supposed to be the main love interest."
Hmm. No, she saves him, and then later the nanny makes a big deal about it because she's always been afraid of water, which we all know because we've been watching this show and we know Sayaka's character.
Yeah.
Classic Sayaka, always afraid of water, as we've seen many times.
Of course.
Great day for Canada. Yes.
I guess that's it. We can move on to episode 7.
Episode 7,
Oh.
Nightwalker. A string of murders with dead female victims with short hair and glasses leads Birdie to investigate them with Tsutomu. The culprit is revealed to be a rogue combat marionette, which is killing the victims through a loving hug that is unfortunately fatal because of its super strength. They are targeted.
Unfortunately.
They are targeted based on their similarities to its mother, the main programmer, when the marionette was placed under her care. Birdie attempts to retrieve it, but is attacked by supposedly a Federation-based person with a guardian robot that attacks her to keep her away from acquiring the disabled robot. I love these episode descriptions.
Yeah, this episode was a fun little one-off,
Yeah.
and again, did not matter.
Didn't matter. They didn't
At all.
really have time for it.
It was basically mostly here to be like, hey, here's some more scenes with Shyamalan,
Mhm.
and here's some scenes for the other Alton that doesn't matter.
Yep.
Wait, but I feel like these marionettes are in some way at least supposed to connect to what Shyamalan is doing with his dolls. So if I remember right, so Nagasuki's grandfather is running this company that's like doing robotics and stuff.
Ooh.
And they wanted to make these robots, but turned out they were too strong and they murdered the lady that made them. That's why they go all mama mama. And then like Shyamalan produces more of them. Or no, actually the original one is loose for whatever reason. I feel a bit lost here. Like
Getting lost in the sauce is a common feeling with this show. Yeah.
so what's the idea?
I really liked this episode.
It was a nice
Yeah,
episode.
it reminds
Like,
me of the Sword Art Online killer arc that took place over 2 episodes in the first season.
it's just a fine little story.
Fine little
and-
mystery. It's scary. I felt for the robot.
Yeah.
It did a very
Poor
good
robot.
job setting up its villain, keeping the pace of the mystery going, and then paying off. Like, as a self-contained story, very good job. But the problem is that it is a self-contained story in the middle of a very plot-driven 13-episode series. Like,
I mean,
if
to
this
be
were a
fair, that just
long-running
makes it
shonen, you would
fair.
have the ability to do something like this. But it's not.
I mean, it's basically just one filler episode in
Hmm.
one quarter show. I feel like the plot of the show is not really that tight.
Yeah, sure,
really
I
hurt
mean-
by the fact that it's filler.
Again, it's fine. Like, I enjoyed it. And I like these characters enough that I don't mind spending just a mostly plot irrelevant episode just hanging out with them.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of stuff in this series that needs to get elaborated on that this episode could have been used for.
like what?
Well, the terrorist plot, for one.
Yeah, I guess that.
Everything relating to Sayaka that
Yeah.
isn't her relationship with the Ryunka.
Yeah,
The whole paparazzi thing with Maruto could have been made more important with these 20 minutes.
Baruhu.
The journalist.
Oh, okay.
Again, you
Maruto.
forgot about him.
Yep.
I think you mispronounced his name. I'm gonna
Muroto.
blame you for that. Muroto, yeah.
Muroto is what it says here.
Yeah.
I also keep saying Mushako Tensei, which I think affects my credibility as a professional anime YouTuber.
Yeah,
Professional anime talker about her.
Yep.
I'm gonna unsubscribe right now. Sorry.
I probably deserve it.
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself.
No, I deserve it for watching Mushoku Tensei.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Be hard on that show.
that might be
Deserves
my
it.
next video just because I have no other ideas. Birdie attempts to retrieve it, but is attacked by supposedly a Federation-based person with a guardian robot.
My favorite character.
Supposedly
Federation-based person.
Federation-based person. Anyway, like I said, I really liked this episode. It was creepy, it was a little bit touching, and it vaguely tied into the things that are going to be happening in the next 6 episodes. Anything else you
Yeah.
want to say about it?
I think that's it.
Yeah,
I-
sure. You?
So why did they want to make those robots, or make more of them?
I mean, they just have the one that they got from. They have the one marionette, and I think it's
Oh.
just. They mentioned that later on that they were building a lot of marionettes for like. I mean, the idea was for medical purposes as nurse droids, but they were also being made for military use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Whatever.
Episode 8. Ghost Village.
Oh man, is this the one? Is this the episode where I can talk about my favorite line?
Sayaka invites her friends, including Tsutomu. Sayaka invites her friends and Tsutomu
Tsutomu.
to her family village in the Sawajiri village in Nagano. But on one evening, Sayaka succumbs to the Ryunka implanted on her by an unknown force who returned to the renegade marionette back to her owners. A small number of Ryunka explosions rattled the village, forcing the Federation police to mobilize. That's it.
That's it.
Wait, is the Ryunka used for the village by the end of this episode, or is that the next episode?
I think it's the end of this episode where the Ryunka is used on the village.
Right. Yeah, actually, now that I look at my notes, I feel like this is a good time to bring it up. So, in this episode, and some of the previous episodes as well, the show kind of implies that there being two, I guess, people inside Birdie's body means that she has to, like, eat,
Twice as much.
but I don't think that really makes a lot of sense. If it's just one body, then
It's
they
still one
should
body.
just...
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
even then, like they show in the preview, like earlier, that she eats a ton to begin with, so it really doesn't make any sense.
That what?
And
she
earlier,
eats a lot.
in like the first couple episodes, shows that
Yeah,
she eats a lot.
Tuto says that Birdie's body requires a lot more energy than what they would have
What just a normal
for
human would have.
normal Earth food.
Mhm.
So she has to
Yeah.
eat a lot of it.
Hmm.
It's like eating. It's like only having peas to give yourself nutrition. So you have to just eat a shit ton of peas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is just that Birdie's body requires more energy. It's just presented as him needing more energy because there are two consciousnesses inside him, which isn't what's happening.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
Also, this doesn't need to be explained, but why, when he is in control of the body, does it physically transform?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I never really got the transitioning stuff. I think it's just
I
supposed to be.
It's okay. Nobody knows how to transition. It's fine.
Let's all have a good
It's just
time!
alien magic. It just works. Okay. She's an alien. She has
Do you-
this cool suit. She
I'd
can
have
do
to
it.
make up my own idea for it, but in all honesty, it just comes off like when she's the one who actually controls the transformations, because there's been times where she controls his body, but there's never been a time when he controls hers, probably because she just doesn't want him to do that.
Makes sense? Anyway, that just didn't make any sense to me.
I also feel like related to the body swapping, I feel like the show is a bit inconsistent with regards to how sensation works. because obviously both consciousnesses can like hear, and I think the show even implies see the same stuff, so they can like share the same organs. But then the next episode, when Tsutomu takes over her body after Birdie is exhausted, he only feels the exhaustion after taking over her body. So I think that's just a plot hole.
The exhaustion
I
and
think-
the broken arm.
Yeah,
I think that's just an oversight. Like the
Yeah.
writer didn't think that through. Like
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. Yeah, Ryunka destroys a small village. It's a gas leak.
a
the
gas
silent
leak.
killer.
Yep.
Definitely not aliens.
Not
Don't be
aliens.
ridiculous.
Don't ever be aliens.
No, it must be like a an Earth slide, something like that.
Now remind me, does Shyamalan's group show up in this episode or the next episode?
Next episode.
Next episode? Okay. I'll have to wait before I talk about my favorite line.
Mhm.
I'll raise this boy.
At this point,
I
I'm-
will
We'll
raise
get
this
to it.
child.
We'll get to it.
I do love how in this upcoming arc, Maroto's whole character is just going to his boss and saying like, "Hey, something fucky's going on here. There's obviously some kind of cover up," and his boss is like, "Yeah, duh."
No shit.
It's not like, no, you're crazy. You're gonna have to be a renegade journalist on the edge, a maverick who plays by his own rules. Like, yes, of course there's a cover up.
We're in on it. You can't talk about
No,
it.
I have an NDA. I can't look at the cover up. You look at the cover up because you don't work for me. Like, this show does a lot of stuff really right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely one of them. I love, like, sometimes the show is funny intentionally, and sometimes it's the most funny unintentionally.
I don't
and
know.
sometimes it's just good somehow.
I thought you were gonna say extensionally, and I don't know why.
Existentially. Existentially, this show can be good sometimes.
Not existentially. The opposite of intentionally. Extensionally.
It does it in spite of.
I think I'm more tired than I thought I was.
Me too.
I've only gotten 4 hours of sleep
Why do you sleep so little?
because I work graves,
Sure. That's
and then
fine.
like
I don't know why I
Oh,
said that
God.
so judgmentally. I'm sorry.
Anyway, hey, do we want to talk about how, like...
No, we're gonna skip episode 9, actually.
No, I was gonna say, do we want to talk about how, like... Ryunka, whatever her name is, just, you know,
Nagatsuki.
obliterated an entire... Like, hundreds of people are dead.
That's a lot. That's more than 5.
That's more than 5. Yeah! You're right!
But it's not that many. I mean, it's just some small village
Nagano
in
village.
the middle of Japan. Who cares?
If I know anything about Nagano, it's that nobody cares about Nagano.
hey, it's like that one area of England or Florida.
Sure.
Yeah, that one. I exactly know what you're talking about.
Yep, me too. Episode
Being
9.
the-
Episode
no.
9.
Come on, we have enough time. I need to mention this. I feel like episode 8 was trying to... Like it was trying to send out some message about depopulation of rural Japan,
Sure.
and it just kind of states it.
Yeah, like this whole show is trying to say something about preservation of traditional values in the face of modernization, and also that nuclear war is bad.
Godzilla did it better.
Wait, you think? I have to be honest, I didn't really see the connection to any kind of traditionalist ideas, with the exception of...
It wasn't very strong. Like,
well, maybe
I just
the
kind
one
of
other
got
example.
maybe I'm wrong, and if I
Well-
were paying closer attention, I wouldn't have gotten that impression. But it just kind of felt to me like they were saying something about modernization bad.
Well, no, it
Mm.
makes somewhat sense when you stop and think about it, considering she's like, oh, this place is a backwards town, and
Yep.
we're mainly focused in like smaller areas of Japan.
And of course, the antagonist is a big tech guy who's trying to move things into the future for horrible social Darwinist reasons that always get attached to that kind of character when people are trying to say modernization bad.
Mm.
Like, again, I wasn't paying super close attention to the show, so it's not like I'm trying to make some kind of grand argument about it. I just kind of got that vibe.
Yeah, maybe you're onto something.
Mm-hmm. Episode 9 is called The Champion of Justice. An investigation team under Satyajit Shyamalan orders investigation. Let me start over. An investigation team under Satyajit Shyamalan's orders investigates the ruins of Sawajiri village, even killing a policeman when Moroto and Natsumi Hayamiya decide to investigate. Birdie saves them from some of the armed men and fights the reconstructed marionette before she gets injured during an encounter with Georg Gomez.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
After defeating the marionette again. I will raise this child as my own.
I will raise. Wait, sir, we have a survivor. What? A survivor? I will raise this child as my own.
Shyamalan steals a baby.
There's evil, and then there's fucking stealing a baby.
Well, it's
evil.
not stealing a baby. Presumably, the baby's guardians are dead.
It's not stealing a baby if you murder the baby's parents.
Draft up proper adoption paperwork at once.
I feel like yeah, there's other stuff we could talk about, but no, this is more important.
So I need to point out, Mariah has a book club, and they are meeting at the same time as Anime Club is meeting. They are talking about the wonderful novel Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zavin, and I could be there. Instead, I am talking about Shyamalan stealing a baby.
I can't believe M. Night Shyamalan stole a baby.
This was the moment I realized, oh, I think I'm in love with how evil this character is.
I mean, I feel like it actually does kind of foreshadow his backstory.
No, it's important. It's important that he's like,
But
oh man, a survivor. They're worthy of life. They're going to populate the new human race. I will raise this baby as my own.
The fact that it's important is what makes it so funny.
It would be funnier if it weren't important. No, him just being like, dude, a baby. I love that.
Like, mechanically, it doesn't ever come up again. Like, it's only a thematic purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we never see this baby again. And also, Shyamalan dies at the end of this season, so... Or not even the end of this season, in like 2 episodes.
I can't wait for the baby to come back and be like, my adopted father died because of you.
Hey, Carolyn.
That'd be pretty epic. But wait, no, it wouldn't, because it would have formed no attachment to Shyamalan.
Yeah, but like I can see a situation where this baby grows into an adult and learns that it was adopted by someone who was killed, quote unquote, by Birdie, and being like, man, I used to have a family. I could have had a guardian, and instead I was raised as a street orphan, and it's all Birdie's fault. Like, that's a plot.
I think you need to pitch season 3 to A1 Pictures.
No.
First, you gotta write the book.
Is there anything else to talk about here? There was a gas leak. There's a cover-up.
Yeah.
Hayamiya, best character.
Oh yeah, they have guns in Japan. Are they a private
Is Birdie
military?
a cyborg cop or alien magical girl? Birdie is alien cop.
Birdie is Birdie.
Alien magical cop girl.
Magical alien cop girl.
Maybe cyborg.
Slash
we
boy.
don't know.
Well, I guess like it's never explicitly confirmed. But wait, I mean, the fact that she needs to eat food kind of makes her organic, not mechanical.
this
Yes,
show
but
is so gender
organic is
without
half
it
of the
being
things
gender.
that cyborgs are. They're half cyber, half organic.
Like they could have spent the third episode explaining why she's so freakishly strong. No, we got to go
Planet
into
with
a
10 times the
random.
gravity of Earth.
He's an alien. It's fine. Aliens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
10
I
times the
love-
gravity of Earth.
I love that as the simple explanation.
Mhm.
She's an alien. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, sure.
Aliens.
It's strong alien.
Yeah.
These aliens are strong. Alterans can punch real good.
Oh my god, can they keep up with Saiyans or with Kryptonians or with whatever the hell it was from Invincible?
Episode 10.
Episode 10.
You're the
Doesn't
one.
matter. I want to keep thinking about adopting the child.
I wish there were more to say about it because it's hilarious and I want to linger.
You can't pull me out. No, I want to stay here.
That's what the baby said, talking about the rubble. Tsutomu and
Oh, that's
Sayaka go on a
cool.
date, to which Tsutomu receives a kiss from Sayaka herself. I love this so much. Meanwhile, Shyamalan meets with Chairman Nakasugi and kills him during the meeting.
Oh,
When
God,
Yoshia
of
discovers
course.
his body, she thinks that Sayaka killed him. This, in turn, activates the Ryunka within Sayaka, and she causes Yoshia to evaporate.
Why is
Evaporate,
that so
bitch.
funny? What's funny about that?
Our
Just
goat
the phrasing,
Yoshi.
the phrasing is really funny.
Our goat Yoshi, lost but not forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
She evaporated her caretaker.
They said the word wrong. It's funny.
More like crystallized.
I love this awkward and stilted date. Like, it's both really funny to watch because of how rough it is, but also pretty real because of how rough it is.
Giggity giggity.
And I love
do you
Hayamiya
mean?
being a bro. Like, we can tell that Hayamiya is a huge bro because in episode 3, there's some implication that Tsutomu is gay. Somebody makes a joke about Tsutomu being gay, and she's like, "No, dude, that's fine. You chase your bliss, man."
Yeah.
Hmm.
You think that implies it?
Hmm?
Wait, you're talking about the episode 1 where they're talking about Shion and he's like, nah, I don't care about...
No,
No,
in
where-
episode
where-
3, there is a joke where the punchline is Tsutomu is gay.
Yeah,
And-
Tuto just ran over to give him gym clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you left your jockstrap at his house, huh?" Yeah, but then Hayamiya's like, "Oh, well, I mean, if you are gay, that's cool, my dude. You just gotta be happy. Just do whatever makes you happy, man."
Yeah, we support gay rights here.
Mm-hmm. And since I, your childhood friend, am not romantically interested in you, that doesn't threaten or upset me. I'm like, yeah, you go, friendship. I love that.
Friendship. Yeah.
What else happens in episode 10?
The awkward date where Hayamiya's like, don't have sex with Sayaka, and then Sayaka's like, hey, let's have this awkward date, and then the Ryunka happens. I love how the nanny walks in on Sayaka with her dead grandfather and is immediately like, how could you do this?
You did this.
How could you murder
yeah,
him?
that's-
It's like, what do you... I didn't. I walked in on him and he was dead. Call 911. It's like, I will call 911, but not for me.
I mean, I also feel like it's a bit ridiculous because that, like, she only came back home, but like by the end of the day, after the date, while
Mhm.
Shyamalan killed her grandpa, like, I don't know, somewhere in the afternoon, or
Yep.
something like that. And the show is implying that in that meantime, the granny, the maid didn't even come to check in the room to see.
I mean, that makes sense to me, because if you have a high-powered executive at a company, it's not like the nanny that he hires is going to keep her eyes on him at all times. If he's in his room with the door closed, then you don't go in there until he's done.
Yeah,
But,
maybe I have a point.
but yeah, you go into a man's room and you see that he's dead and his granddaughter is standing there. I don't think your first thought is going to be the granddaughter killed him, even if she has been eating veal.
You don't understand, though. She doesn't eat meat.
She jumped into the water. Clearly, she's capable of murder.
Clearly, she is Satan.
She's possessed.
Do
And
you
that was her
understand
undoing.
the car accident she just had?
Like, you're lucky she's alive. Like, obviously aliens happened, but like,
Yeah, you're
in
more
that
lucky than you know,
situation-
actually.
in that situation, that's clearly like, yeah, if she suffered a bit of like, you know, brain trauma and her personality got fucked up, that sounds pretty normal to me.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
it's not like she's lashing out at people and having angry spells like people tend to when their
She's
brains get
living
fucked
her
up. She's
best life
yeah,
right
she has
now.
improved, actually. She's open to more experiences.
Clearly,
She's less
she is
introverted?
evil.
I mean, is that a problem?
Yes, because she's evil.
Yeah.
Anyway, episode 11. Bye-bye,
Wait,
buddy.
I feel like there's something else important that happens here. I don't know why. Oh yeah, did they maybe talk about Shyamalan's backstory here? Like that he was found in a rubble somewhere in
I
Palestine?
feel like that was a little later, but sure, we can talk about it now. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Shyamalan was a survivor of some kind of earthquake, I think.
I mean the page says 6-day war.
Oh yeah,
Israel and Syria.
yeah.
So that implies it's a war.
Right. Sorry, I forgot he wasn't Japanese. I don't know
Yeah.
how I ever could have.
It's okay. His name is very subtle. You might not have
Mhm.
noticed.
Easy mistake to make.
Of course.
All right. So yeah, Shyamalan survived an attack on his village, was the only survivor, and that's what made him a social Darwinist.
Well, city, but
Yeah,
okay.
not village, actual real life city.
He's the chosen. That's
Mhm.
very important. I found it pretty funny how he talks about chosenness so much in these last couple of episodes, and it's really not clear at all what that's supposed to mean until episode 12 when we see the recording.
Mhm. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
Episode 11, Bye Bye Buddy. Birdie confirms that Sayaka is the host for Ryunka, but Tsutomu wants to protect her no matter what, and so he takes control of Birdie's body when she tries to get close to Ryunka. Nechla knocks them out before their minds fuse completely. When they wake up again, Tsutomu has his own body back and needs glasses again. From now on, Birdie and Tsutomu go separate ways. When Birdie and Nechla arrive at Sayaka's villa, she is already gone because she went to Tsutomu's place. To protect her from being pursued by her greedy relatives, Tsutomu leaves her in Shyamalan's care. However, Tsutomu eventually discovers Shyamalan's true intentions when Nechla confronts him.
What? The
Who's
man who was
Netsla?
clearly evil was clearly evil?
I mean, to be fair, he didn't really have access to that information.
Mm-hmm.
He barely even knew him by that point.
Just knew that Shyamalan was a friend of her grandfather's.
Yeah.
That's fair, but like, still, the moment he fucking says I'm going to cultivate her, that's the moment you punch him in the face and run away.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say again, like, who told him that he was evil? Like, what character informs Tsutomu?
Is it not Birdie?
Geese, I'm pretty sure.
Gize. Nechla.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay.
But that'll be later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it doesn't make sense to put Sayaka in Shyamalan's care. What other options does he have, right?
They could have actually run away, like
To
they were
where?
talking. I don't know,
Birdie's a
somewhere in the
space cop.
same. So what? Does that mean she has magical tracking abilities?
You mean she has pretty. It means she has the power of not the Federation, the other one, the Union?
No, the Federation.
Okay, it means that she has the backing of the Federation to find a weapon of mass destruction somewhere on a backwater planet with no cloaking technology.
Hmm.
They can't go to space.
Yeah. Wait,
See,
but are you just saying? Well, if they have the technology to find the Ryunka, they definitely have the technology to find two people.
well, if they have the technology to find the Ryunka and Sayaka is the Ryunka, then yes, I am saying that.
Hmm. Oh yeah. I mean, but wait, don't they also have trouble finding where Sayaka is exactly? I don't remember the details. I just remember it being like a plot point. That like,
Yeah,
okay,
Birdie
now
does have to
Shyamalan took
track
her.
her
We don't
down,
know.
but also you have to keep in mind this is just Birdie working mostly by herself because the Federation is keeping this quiet. If they really need to, then the Federation can just say, we're going to send the full force of the Federation Space Police to get this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will get the thing.
And then they don't do that and instead consider just blowing up half the planet.
Yeah, because they want to see what happens. Which I do love. I love how, like, half the higher-ups in the Federation government are like, you know what? We've got a chance to see what the Ryunka can do, which we haven't done since Belugama.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Do it for science.
It won't even affect any living things that are important.
Because this is a backwater city.
Belugama balls.
The look of my geese, my nuts.
Hey. To protect her from being pursued by her greedy relatives, what does that mean? I don't remember this.
When her grandpa died, all of her relatives were.
After
She
the
briefly mentions
inheritance?
that they were smiling too much.
Hmm.
But from the images, it's clear that they were basically just there to. Because she was going to inherit a lot of money,
Right.
and of course, she's a dumb kid, so.
It's true.
It's true, she is a dumb kid.
Yeah. She's also a dumb doomsday weapon. Episode 12? Shall we?
Yeah.
Episode
guess.
12, Doomsday. Shyamalan releases a recorded television announcement saying that he intends to wreak genocide on Japan to weed out the weak. The government, though slow, has begun to take steps to contain the Ryunka that is beginning to spread throughout the greater Tokyo area. Tsutomu, though advised not to go out of his house, decides to do so and save Sayaka. Nechla suggests that a faction of the Federation Police may have not decided to quickly respond to see the power of Ryunka. Maroto decides to help Tsutomu after he finds out that the ship is the Lost Bird where Sayaka is held. Shyamalan is killed when the Ryunka inside of Sayaka is activated with a segment of the Japanese public. Meanwhile, Birdie is moving in on her own to stop the Lost Bird from moving any further. I like the character of the Ryunka.
Yeah, me too. Do we want to talk about how, like, they just dropped a lightning nuke on Japan?
No?
What do you mean a lightning nuke?
They just dropped a giant fucking beam of lightning on an entire city, and I can only assume that like tens of thousands of people died.
Oh yeah,
It's
that
happened
does
before.
happen.
Look at Akira.
Wait, what was
Look
the
at
point
real
of-
life.
What was the point of dropping that bomb? It's not like they killed the Ryunka that way, so I don't really understand what the Federation was trying to do. Now that I think about it.
Well,
their best.
They decided, yeah, they decided that They
Cool.
just decided that, hey, Ryunka's down there. Let's just blow it up. Who the fuck cares? This is basically the same thing as just a normal rock to us.
And
Like,
then
who
they
cares
just
if some
completely
ants
missed the
die?
mark.
No, I think it was just like it was basically deflected by the Ryunka.
Oh, yeah, something like that might have happened.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
should we maybe talk a bit more about his Darwinism? Now that like this is like the episode where that's revealed.
sure, why not?
So he basically sees Ryunka as a kind of illness because he compares it to the flu, right? And it's kind of like externally forcing it on humanity so that only the strong can survive. But I mean, the strong will only be the people who are strong enough to, I guess, not die from the Ryunka, which isn't even a thing because it's just like a being with its own will that wants to kill everyone indiscriminately.
Yep.
Uh,
I
so I mean,
think
I don't get like in what meaningful sense would that have made humanity stronger?
I think Shyamalan
Maybe
is
I'm
mistaken about what the Ryunka is.
Right. Could you elaborate?
I think he sees it as some kind of like test of human survivability when the Ryunka herself just wants to kill everything. Like this isn't this isn't an ethnic cleansing, this is an ethnic extermination where the ethnicity is humans.
Humanity, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like Shyamalan sees this as eugenics when actually it is just genocide.
Yeah.
But I like the character of the Ryunka a lot when she's talking with Tsutomu.
Yeah, it's basically just like, yeah, all my life I've basically just been, awakened just because some dude said, hey, kill all my other people that I don't like. And you know what? That fucking sucks. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
But it's not like I don't enjoy it. But my favorite part is always starting by killing the dude who says kill the other dudes. That's just satisfying.
Yeah, what does she say when she kills him? Something like good grief or no, good riddance. Yeah.
It's something amazing like that. Just like, damn it, again. Die.
Again, shut the fuck up.
Nah, Ryunka good. Ryunka sympathetic.
And then she just wants peace and wants to realize that
Yeah,
he's
just
like
wants
killing
quiet.
everything.
Just wants things to be chill.
Yeah.
The best way to do that is to kill all the noise.
So true.
So true, bestie.
So true, bestie.
Episode 13?
Wait, I
No?
feel like we should have addressed this a couple episodes ago already,
Sure.
so I'll just bring it up now. We haven't really talked in more detail about the romance between Nagasuki and Tsutomu. Obviously, it's pretty plot important. I don't think that needs to be talked about.
What detail?
But I felt like there was kind of like no chemistry between them. It just
Yeah,
kind
there's
of
no
happened.
chemistry at all.
See,
They're both kind of
that was the
bland.
biggest disappointment for me. Because after the incredible chemistry between Tsutomu and Hayamiya, I expected that level of character interaction between everyone going forward. Because
Even
Birdie and
Tsutomu
Tsutomu
and
also
Birdie
have a
is
really
fun.
good dynamic, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's just boy and girl.
it's just the one that the writer decided to turn into a sex object, who, strangely enough, is not Birdie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's something that I guess we can talk about is the fact that I'm kind of shocked at how like it's still there, obviously, but like I'm kind of shocked there isn't more tasteless nudity.
Yeah, it was just basically the standard amount of tasteless nudity. Just, it was typical enough of an anime like this that my brain ignored it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't... And when it did show up, it felt very much in the vein of, like, Kill La Kill. where like yes, it's gratuitous and it's unnecessary, but it's like it's there for fun.
Okay, I would say it's definitely not unnecessary in Kill la Kill. That has a lot of
Sure, I
thematic-
understand, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Kill la Kill was probably a bad example, but it's in that vein where it's like it's there to amp up the fun, not to like I don't know, not in like a creepy male gazy way. I feel like there's
This
a
is where the
difference.
fun begins.
Does everyone like understand the difference
I
I'm
mean-
trying to get at? Because
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am
cool.
kind of getting, but I'm not sure if I would fully agree. I feel like the design is still there for the male gaze. It's
Sure.
just that the rest of the show doesn't really utilize or care about that kind of, I guess, etchy impulse.
like I feel like it's playing. Well, for one, you saying that means that we are on the same page here. We're just talking past each other.
Yeah, maybe.
But I feel like it's playing into the like the frantic comedy action part of the show and not the like etchy being sold to 14-year-old boys part of the show. That's the difference, I
Okay.
think.
Right.
So yeah, I never really thought about it very much. Just felt very normal to me, which I guess probably says more about me than it does about anything else.
I mean, yeah, once you see a lot of anime, I feel like it's very easy to just
I've
like,
seen so many anime titties in my day, I just look past them now.
yeah.
Comes with the territory.
But like, I'm sure I brought this up way early on, but in episode 1, the comment about like, that guy's laser will shoot right past your body armor, Birdie, you better be careful.
What body armor?
She's naked, my dude.
No, it's magical body armor. You don't
Magical
get it.
alien body armor. Her literal
you can't
body
say-
armor. The armor of her body. Altarians just have really thick skin. That's why they don't have to wear
How else
armor.
would they survive so much on 10 times Earth gravity?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
So-
we're on like one of the last 2 episodes, and it's only 1 o'clock.
We aren't going to talk about this show for 3 hours. We
No.
finally
Not
did
good
it.
enough. It's not good enough.
I
For
mean,
that.
this is like such a light show. There's nothing to analyze.
Yeah,
It's
but
But
just-
it's so
like, you
fun.
know-
It's so fun. I hope that like I really hope people realize that like this show is a blast.
Yeah, no,
Like I would recommend watching it.
every time we get to a show that's very complicated that we want to talk about a whole lot, you will hear us say plot happens. So many times in that entire discussion's like, yeah, and then some plot happens, and then thing that is actually relevant. This show is just plot happens over and over again. And unless
Yeah.
you want to sit here and hear us recount the plot, there's not going to be much to talk about.
I mean, I hope that like the people who hear the line "I will adopt this child" realize how fucking great this anime is and go watch it just for that line.
Shyamalan steals a baby.
He
like-
steals a baby. He's
No.
pure evil. That's Disney evil.
I mean, yeah, like we'll talk about final impressions of the show after episode 13. How's that?
Sounds good.
Episode 13, Stand By Me?
Wait. Actually, I just we're mentioning. Sorry that I'm preventing this again, but it just made me realize. So the Ryunka wants to kill everyone, but it didn't kill the baby. What's up with
It just
that?
missed the
But
baby.
It missed. The baby's not here yet. He's being
The baby.
he's at the adoption center.
No, like
waiting.
during the first attack, the Ryunka didn't
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
the baby.
that's what I'm thinking of. Why
Yeah.
didn't it?
Because it
kill the
missed it.
baby.
It's not like
Yeah.
I didn't see that the Ryunka had some kind of like, I don't know,
No, yeah.
infrared
I
vision or
think
anything like that.
The first, I think the main problem is literally just that was the Ryunka just popping up for
Mhm.
like a brief moment. It wasn't like fully actualized yet, so I can definitely imagine there would be. It was basically just destroying things randomly with no real like searching or
Purpose?
want.
I was also seeing the Ryunka as like a natural disaster, even though it does have intelligence. Like an earthquake isn't going to kill everyone who's affected by the earthquake. The Ryunka's only going to kill every human that it sees. And if it doesn't see the baby, then the baby lives. It's not like it's a poison gas.
Also, in the chat for this show, when you mentioned the mention of the flu pandemic in 1918, you said, the good old days. And didn't actually tell me what you meant with that comment.
Because Shyamalan mentions that the last time a disease so affected human development was the flu pandemic of 1918. Like, yes, this was the before times.
This was before 2020, March 20th.
This was before another disease had impact on human development.
I completely forgot about that.
I forgot COVID happened.
We're so used to it. Like, oh, you caught the COVID? Yeah, it'll get ya.
Mm-hmm.
Ha
ha. Everyone go get your boosters. It's about time again.
Did they release a new booster again?
I don't know.
Yep.
I haven't gotten a booster in a long time. I'm a bad boy.
There's new boosters. There are new boosters. Though it's mostly for the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
But you should still get them.
Old people.
Episode 13?
Stand By Me. Hold on. Give me a second. Episode 13. After learning that a stranger has been accidentally killed near their rural homes, 4 Oregon boys decide to go see the body. On the way, Gordy LaChance, Chris Chambers, Vern Tessio, and Teddy Duchamp encounter a mean junk man and a marsh full of leeches, as they also learn more about one another and their very different home lives. Just a lark at first, the boys' adventure evolves into a defining event in their lives.
Hold on, what?
So I liked this movie a lot.
You want to try that again?
I feel like there was a joke somewhere there.
Has nobody seen Stand By Me?
No, I've seen
the
Stand By Me.
The very famous film, Stand By Me?
Okay. I've seen Stand By Me, but it's like, it happened when I was a kid. I don't remember the
very
fucking
famous
plot.
1986 coming-of-age drama that shares a name with episode 13 of Birdie the Mighty Decode.
Again, I was a child, okay?
Birdie and Tsutomu head to the Lost Bird to figure out a way to purge the Ryunka out of Sayaka's body. The two were able to do so at the cost of Tsutomu's own body when he sacrificed it to allow Birdie to fatally wound him again and purge the Ryunka parasite out of his body, with Nechla in charge of containing it. The Japanese government had covered up the events of the Federation Police had mobilized in Roppongi. Due to the events, Sayaka loses some of her memories, including her encounters with Tsutomu. Birdie once again merges with Tsutomu until a new body can be readied. Meanwhile, Gomez and his boss, Cristela Revi, had a conversation about whether Birdie is a threat, with Gomez telling Revi to take some precautions against her. I love this ending.
It's a great ending.
Yep.
I'm also happy just because it was like, they were talking about like, now that I have the Ryunka in me, you have to kill me, Birdie. And it's like, yeah, she was obviously upset because she's grown to really like him. But I was also kind of just sitting at my computer thinking, but they can just bring him back.
Yep.
And they do that.
It's like...
Yeah.
How we talked about this show not being a Deus Ex Machina earlier, this is like the least possible Deus Ex Machina ending. This is, the thing that we have been doing literally 12 episodes now? Yeah, that's how we're going to solve this. We're going to have Birdie kill a child and share a body with him for a while.
Like the good old days.
Mm-hmm.
This time it's intentional.
Yeah, no, it
makes it epic.
It's the best way this could possibly end. I forget how he convinces the Ryunka to switch.
He
asks nicely.
He rizzes out the Ryunka.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. I feel like he needed to get Nagasuki to kind of take control.
Mm-hmm.
I might be totally misremembering.
So none of us remember what happened. We just all know that we liked it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the
Guys.
Ryunka turned
Oh my
into a
God.
Digimon at
Mhm.
the end.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like it was a bit more of a Lovecraftian monstrosity.
But a
It
Digimon all
wasn't
the
that
same.
much of a monstrosity. It was kind of just a big, like, goopy dinosaur.
I don't know. I mean, like, didn't it have like some human limbs, kind of stretching out? It gave me some Ava vibes, to
I
be
wasn't really
entirely
looking
honest.
at it. I was working on my Minecraft library.
Your loss.
Your Minecraft McMansion.
Yeah. Minecraft. So yeah, the ending was fantastic. We say that this show has ping-ponged back and forth between fantastic and hilarious so many times during this discussion. Like, it's such whiplash.
Oh yeah.
But no, I
Let's
was
go
very
have a
happy
good
with
time.
the ending. I was fine with the way they set up a second season if they wanted to do one, and they decided they did.
I might just go watch it in my own time, in all
Sure,
honesty.
feel free. Let me know how it is, because I'm not going to watch it.
Wait, how did they set up season 2 exactly?
Meanwhile, Gomez
yeah.
and his boss, Christella
Yeah.
Revy, had a conversation about whether Birdie is a threat, with Gomez telling Revy to take some precautions against her.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you know what I do want to talk about?
What?
So, like, it's very clear at the end that the other, I don't remember her name, the redheaded Alton.
Sure. Birdie.
That
It's
doesn't
clear
matter.
she's the scientist. It's clear that she's the one who dropped the Ryunka.
Oh,
mean the first
yeah,
one?
the
Just let it get
antagonist who doesn't
captured.
matter.
She doesn't matter, but I want to point out her brilliant plan, right? So her plan so far, it starts off, actually pretty smart. Let it get, like, you want to test it, you want to see what it does, so you let it get stolen, drop it off to a backwater planet, and just let the chaos ensue, so you can actually get some good test results.
Yeah.
Just
Just before you keep going, her name is Capella Titus.
Okay, so Titty
No way,
Lady.
no way.
Titty Lady over here decides that, like, when she sees the Ryunka, she's like, "Oh shit, no, our technology can't handle this thing. We're just gonna have to kill it and figure out something else." Which is fine. And then it gets captured, and it's like, "Oh no, it's captured by a pontiff. This is really bad. I have a brilliant solution.
Corruption.
Hey, that's mine. Can I have it back?" I'm gonna go basically admit my crimes to a space cop that has
A space pope.
No, a space Judge Dredd. Which is just Judge Dredd, but she literally just goes over to a person who can judge her, execute her, and just do everything she wants without any, like, consequences. And I'm honestly shocked Geese didn't just kill her immediately.
Yeah, like, I had a nuke, and I unleashed it on Earth just to see what it did. Can I have it back?
Can I have it back, please?
Like...
And then she literally just says, "Also, my dad works at Nintendo, so you have to give it back."
Something like that.
You just have to admire
Pretty
that, though.
crazy.
You have to.
But wait, what implies that she was some kind of scientist working on the Ryunka, or that had anything to do with this original drop?
The one at Belugama?
Yeah, the one at the planet.
I don't think she had any involvement on Belugama. I think that's just where they first found it.
Right. Because my impression was that she was just someone who was really curious about the effects of the Ryunka and wanted to use this opportunity to find out what it's like.
Toasty just gave us
Your
the
Honor.
best joke of this entire discussion.
I claim Butterfingers.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
That's the funniest shit ever, and like you said, the whiplash of that going into, like, an amazing ending is just so good.
Well, final thoughts?
This show, like, I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Solid 6.
And that's being
yeah.
super generous. 7 out of 10 is super generous for this show. But, like, in my heart, this is like a solid 9. Like, I just loved this show, even though I know it was so janky.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like there was passion behind it, and I got a lot of that passion.
The mangaka loved this.
The mangaka loved the show.
No, they loved writing the manga. They loved the story.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay, like entertaining enough. I like either a 5 or a 6, and a 6 feels maybe a bit generous. So I don't know if I would change my mind.
Like, I would give it a 5 if the production weren't consistently good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is consistently, like, really good animation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about really good, but I definitely feel like there aren't many frames that feel like super low quality. It is consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Fire King, any thoughts?
Yeah. Anything else to
I need
say?
Not much, really.
All right. Well, if we are done talking about Birdie the Mighty Decode, then it is time for us to pick our show for next time. And as next time will be the last Sunday in November, that is shortly after American Thanksgiving. And I thought it would be sweet to do anime that we are thankful for, however you choose to interpret that. Personally...
do we want to go with Tennick's idea of I have to pick first?
Yeah, sure,
Yes.
Why not, if you have something in mind?
I do, actually.
Oh, do it then.
Yeah, I do. The anime I'm thankful for existing is Decadence.
Okay.
That's a good pick, I think.
For sure. Do you want to give us a little bit about why?
It's okay. To talk about why I like Decadence so much, we need to get into one of the first anime I ever saw, which I definitely should not have seen as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Was a little TV movie, a little OVA called Dead Leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the anime that made me, like, realize, oh, I fucking love anime. This shit's amazing. This shit is so fucking weird and stupid, and I love it. And Decadence feels like it's almost like a love letter to Dead Leaves to me. And I'm thankful that somebody else remembers Dead Leaves.
That is always nice.
I would pick Dead Leaves if I could, or Lupin the Third. But
Lupin
I
the
can't.
Third's too long.
Dead Leaves too short. So right in the middle.
Yep.
All right, so we have Decadence, the 2019 or 20 or something like that steampunk sci-fi show. Who else?
I have a pick.
Okay.
If the two of you don't,
I do.
I would like to
go
pick
ahead.
All Maidens in Your Savage Seasons. And there's a specific reason for it, even though I haven't seen it. I remember back when you made that analysis video about it like 4 years ago. And that was when I was visiting a friend over in the Netherlands. And we watched it together in the morning. And my friend thought it was completely ridiculous. Like the analysis. And I found it kind of funny. So I just have a pleasant memory. That's why I'm thankful for it.
That's really sweet.
At the very least.
Fire King?
Sorry, half distracted. Keep your hands off Izuken.
We've already
We
done
already
it.
did that.
Damn it.
No way.
Got
We're
him.
not doing it again.
I know.
Yeah.
Shorter one that's good then. my mind's not picking up any short ones, so I feel like
I'll go ahead and go. I would like to choose, no matter how you look at it, it's your guys' fault I'm not popular. Known
God,
more
that's
popularly as Watamote.
I was kind of thinking of that as well.
Watamote is just a spectacular little series about social anxiety and being just a shitty little creature in a world of people who seem to have their shit together. That is so sympathetic, but also illuminating and harsh in many ways. And it is the show that basically cemented that my channel was the real deal and that I could make videos that weren't about popular shonen that people would still watch and enjoy. So I'm thankful that Watamote exists.
all right. I think I thought of one.
Yeah.
Since the season just ended, how about God? What was the name? It was the one where the white-haired chick is a sacrifice for the beast and ends up marrying the king.
I'm sorry? The Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy?
No. How about Reign of the Seven Spellblades then? I like the world of that one.
Okay.
It shows what a good Harry Potter world could have been. I don't have that many short ones I have keep off on my mind.
Man, you two just picked like these really wholesome things about how we all just like came together to meet ExPoint and just have these fun streams and just hang out and stuff. And now I'm just like, yeah, but I also can't. I don't think I can pick Sword Art Online Abridged as my pick.
Too long.
I guess. Also, I don't. Also, My Hero is a no-go too.
Too long. All right.
I kind of wonder, just before we leave, I want to ask, what would you have picked if I picked Watamote as like your second option?
I didn't really have a second option in mind. Let's see for a minute. Let's see. We've already done Yamada's first time. Baka and Test is too long. God, could I have brought myself to say Love Stage?
Is that some shitty harem?
It's a shitty yaoi from way back in the day that I watched with a friend of mine right before I left for Belgium.
It has a sequel, so no. Oh wait, that's an OVA. So yeah, I guess you could have, if you wanted to.
If I had to pick a second one, that is probably what I would have gone with. Maybe Gamers.
Oh, I just realized another one that I actually would like a bit better than that.
Yeah.
Skullface Bookseller.
Skullface Bookseller Honda-kun.
I think that's too short because every episode is 12 minutes.
That's fine.
Right.
Doesn't really matter, but it's either that or Reign of the Seven. Let ExPoint decide.
We'll do
Reign of the
Skullface
Seven
Bookseller Honda-kun.
Yeah, I like the world. I like the character there, but
In fact, if we pick a bookseller on the sun, that's gonna be a very short stream. Like,
Maybe
you could
After
easily
the
do that in
Rain.
an hour.
I might have chosen After the Rain. I might have chosen MMO Junkie.
I don't really want to feel like talking about MMO Junkie because if we talk about MMO Junkie, then we might have to talk about the author, and I don't want to talk about the author.
I would never have mentioned the author.
I don't know, MMO Junkie. I think I have trouble separating the author from the work, so it's just a little awkward for me.
Pretty easy
Okay,
to
we're
do.
not gonna-
You just never learn anything about the author.
Yeah,
So
but I
true.
have learned things about the author.
Unlearn it.
That's your
that means
mistake.
I won't be able to bring up the first anime I ever watched.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
Hey.
I watched that as a kid in the middle of all that crap.
So glad the first anime I ever watched was Digimon.
I can't remember, but Rurouni Kenshin's one of them.
I mean,
I had the cool hot topic, sister. So I basically ended up watching Lupin, Full Metal Alchemist, Digimon was just a VHS tape, and my brain really wanted to say Invader Zim there, but I don't think that's an anime.
yeah, my backup would have wound up being MMO Junkie, I think. Anyway, now that that's over, we can all say goodbye to our 4 concurrent viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
we
you.
can
I'm
say
one of
goodbye
them.
to also the people who are going to be listening, because I remember seeing like some of these live streams get like 1,000 people watching.
Yeah,
so
2 or 3,000, something like that.
yeah,
So,
which is a lot.
well, those
Like,
are
I mean, not for YouTube numbers, but like, I mean, 1,000
but
people
for
is
going
still
back
like
to watch a stream.
yeah.
No, not bad at all. But Birdie the Mighty Decode is not going to get a few thousand viewers. I think we'll be lucky to get 1,000 viewers.
I mean,
That's
it could
fair,
if
but
you put a clickbaity title.
if you are
on
this
that.
far into the live stream,
Mm-hmm.
I do really recommend checking it out.
Yeah, it's a very fun time. I think most people will get a kick out of it. Anyway, to the 6 of you who are currently watching, I'm sorry that 2 of you decided to pop in right here at the end. But thank you for showing up. If you would like to get in on these discussions yourself when we talk about a better show next time, you can go to patreon.com/explanationpoint to find out how. Thank you very much for coming, and I will see you next time. Gooby.
Gooby.
Gooby, I'll miss you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.